CEO is laying out his vision for the future, and that includes a bigger focus on privacy. In a Facebook post on Wednesday, Mark Zuckerberg revealed his plans to make the service more secure, including encrypted messages and an option for some things to delete automatically after a short period of time. Part of his post reads this, quote, "People should be comfortable being themselves and should not have to worry about what they share coming back to hurt them later. So we won't keep messages or stories around for longer than necessary to deliver the service longer than people want it." Now, Zuckerberg also teased plans to integrate other platforms, including WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook Messenger. Now, Issy Lepowski is a senior writer with Wired magazine. She joins us now from New York. Issy, thank you so much for joining us. In Wired, you write that Facebook's pivot to privacy is missing something crucial. What is it missing?
It's missing any discussion of Facebook's underlying business model, which is, of course, collecting tons of data on all of its users, allowing advertisers to tap into that data to target ads at you, and then also separately, which they've gotten in a lot of trouble for over the last year, sharing data with developers, with app developers. We remember the Cambridge Analytica scandal. It happened a year ago this month. We found out that, Facebook had for years been sharing tons and tons of data with third-party developers without people's knowledge. And so Mark Zuckerberg is pretty much silent on those issues in this blog post. He's talking about encryption, which is hugely important. He's talking about data security, not having servers in countries that have human rights abuse histories. That's really important. But ultimately, Facebook's underlying business model relies on data collection, and he didn't talk about that at all.
And that's it, because Facebook's entire business model would have to change if Zuckerberg is serious about data privacy. Is there a model that exists out there for Facebook to stay in the advertising game, the data game, while protecting user privacy?
Well, I think what Mark Zuckerberg is sort of envisioning are two different environments. One would be the one we know about Facebook, which is the news feed, sort of this public town square, as he calls it. And then another would have to do, would be more like a living room, he's saying. It would be more where you go to have your private conversations. So he says that is what Messenger and WhatsApp and Instagram Direct are today, and he wants to make all of those platforms talk to each other, right? So imagine if you had email and your Gmail could only talk to other Gmail users. Well, Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram Direct, they're kind of like that. You can't talk to people between platforms. He wants to change that. So basically, Facebook wants to own the town square and the living room. And the question is whether people are going to trust a company that's already done quite a number on the town square to own their living room as well. Now, the advantage they have is that there are already quite a lot of people sitting in these living rooms. Instagram and WhatsApp and Messenger, they all have over 1 billion users each already. So Facebook has the market size, the market dominance to make some moves here. And when it does, it will make some big strides in protecting people's privacy in private messaging.
So Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, in writing this privacy manifesto, is basically saying, trust us. And we know why he's doing this. It's because of this scandal, the techlash, the scrutiny that Facebook has been under by regulators around the world, from California to Washington, D.C., across Europe. Will this pivot to privacy change the way lawmakers around the world look at Facebook?
Well, it's interesting because we're already seeing regulators, particularly in Germany, saying, no, Facebook, you can't just combine Instagram and WhatsApp and Facebook with the snap of a finger. You need to get users' consent before you do that. And that would really complicate Facebook's plans if a lot of users don't agree to have their data merged like this. So in some ways, Facebook is responding to the scrutiny that's out there around privacy and also trying to entrench its market size, right? So if they create this one megalith of a company, this monolith of a company, of a messaging company, then, it becomes a lot harder for regulators to disentangle them.
Yeah, incredible. The changes ahead for Facebook. This is going to affect regulators around the world, governments, the media industry as well. Issy, we're going to leave it at that, but thank you so much for joining us. Issy Lepowski of Wired, joining us live from New York. Take care.